Beautiful, beautiful. Well, everybody, welcome. The first real live stream. This is sort of momentous for all three of you watching, I guess. Chris, shall we do the honors?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hopefully they didn't... okay, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
My last episode where we did this, I struggled to open it, and I basically choked. But we are here.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong with Coors Banquet.
Memories. Yeah, good deal.
Yes. So, Chris, for those who don't know, who is just regular Chris Tindell?
Regular Chris Tindell, pretty low-key guy. I like to, when I'm not working, me and my wife like to travel. I like to hit the gym. And, I'm a homebody, just staying home with my wife, our cat named Oscar. In the tranquility and privacy of our own home. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Casual, good Samaritan,
yeah, exactly.
Good citizen.
Low key.
No, I assume you're a Modelo fan, but is that your favorite drink?
Probably my favorite beer. So Carta Blanca, more along the the Mexican cerveza. So
okay, like Pacifico,
yeah,
like
exactly, yeah, Corona, stuff like that. But I'm open to anything though. I'll drink anything.
Yeah,
so
like that. You were obviously Navy.
Yeah.
Given the look here, the OG Navy hat, by the way, or the Navy cap, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Very good. So
yeah, this is old school Navy. I got this in boot camp, and this is probably the first time that I put it on in over 20 years. And that's why it kind of doesn't look. I don't know if it still fits, but this thing brings back some memories here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Memories both on and off ship, I assume?
Both memories on and off the ship, and probably some of those memories I probably would rather not discuss.
What?
But
this is the time to share them.
well, old sailors, we can. There's things that we're not too proud of that we only share amongst them, amongst our fellow shipmates.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Well, don't ask, don't tell isn't a law anymore, so you're allowed to. You can share it now. It's okay.
Marines, Navy. I've heard it all. So, but yeah.
So what is? Because I don't know if most people really know your career. I mean, like we knew each other from work, and then we got into real estate, and most people know you that way.
Yeah.
But what is the Navy career, or what was the Navy career of Chris?
When I was in the Navy, I did the navigation part. When our ship was underway, I was up there on the up top with the captain, the bosun mate, and we're underway. I was actually out there plotting the courses out in the Mediterranean Sea. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a boatswain mate? Is that what you said it was?
A bosun mate. They're the ones that steer the ship actually with the the helm.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You literally got to drive the boat.
Yeah. They actually do that in the Navy, and I've actually done that myself. So, it was crazy being out there at 3:00 in the morning. Captain's up there, we're underway, and you're trying to steer the ship, so it's can get a little hairy.
Yeah. No.
So, but yeah.
Did you have any decision on, I mean, other than just steering it? I mean, did you have any decision on where to go, what to do with the ship?
No,
or how did
that was for the the captain and the conning officer. Those guys up there, they gave the orders which course to chart and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I just followed my orders like a good little young sailor.
Yeah.
So
I mean, could you have done anything else? I mean, because I could have, my degenerate 20-year-old self could easily imagine, let's just see where this thing goes. Let's just ignore a few orders or turn a black eye or turn a blind eye and decide what to do.
Well, I could have, but there were several different people up there that knew where we were going. So I could have taken the ship off course, but that wouldn't have lasted too long, and I would have gotten big time trouble. So yeah.
Okay.
Big time trouble. So
I just wanted to say, you do look like the real life version of, and obviously you can speak fluently, but you do have a real life version of Popeye because you're jacked. You got the actual hat. You should audition for it if they have a live action coming out.
Well, Halloween's right around the corner, so I'm actually being that we're that's a pretty damn good idea. I mean, if I could find a Popeye mask, matter of fact, I'm going to go out and try and find one after this.
I don't even think you need the mask. You just need the pipe.
The pipe?
Yeah, the pipe. You you're bald. You're already very well fit. You got the hat.
And I got my my uniform at home. So I would, if I can come out with a mask, I will. The pipe and, cold beer in my hand. Shoot.
Dude, beautiful.
Popeye the Sailor.
Can of spinach. Dude, we got it. Exactly. That's what I should title this episode. Hey Arnold interviews Popeye. Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle and Popeye.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Beautiful. But
is Jennifer watching the show now?
She's trying to find it.
Trying to find it.
Yeah.
Yep. 4 Years a Slave, everybody. Although you know that if you're watching this episode somehow, but please share it. I need the views. What years were you in the Navy, by the way?
2002 to 2006.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Did my boot camp up there in Illinois, right outside of Chicago, and then I got orders to Italy. I was on a ship in Italy for 3 years.
Damn. Okay.
And I was on one of those ships that rarely went out. Unlike those big Navy ships that go out on deployments for like 6 months.
Yeah.
We'd go out for 3 weeks, but we'd hit 3 different countries. We'd go to like Spain, Portugal, Malta. Honestly, the 4 years I was in the Navy was like a vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a vacation. The last half was a blur because I was always drunk. But
your Navy career sounds like the total opposite of what I hear and have seen from everyone else.
Well, it was, and I've been told that by fellow Navy people that. But it was a vacation, and it was I got to see a lot of the world. A lot of beer drinking.
Yes.
Just throwing this hat on and having a cold beer in my hand kind of brings back some memories. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So why everybody has the story, but why the Navy over other? Why the military? Why the Navy?
Navy. Because they were the branch that did the most traveling. I wanted to get out and see the whole entire world, from Japan to Italy and everywhere in between. I wanted to see it all.
Yeah.
See it all. And I saw a lot of it. So.
And you grew up in New Mexico, right? So
yeah.
that had to have been.
Yeah.
Dude, what a contrast in locations from like being in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Walter White country, to then going to Italy and basically in Mediterranean Europe for.
Well, you know what? It's crazy because when I was living out in Las Vegas, I was building pipelines at the time. And most of our work was like in the Appalachian Mountains back east. So it's funny because I could be on the strip in Las Vegas one day, casinos and all that, and the very next day building a pipeline in the middle of, hillbilly West Virginia.
Yeah. So
you talk about, 2 different places, same country, but two different places. It's like, being in other side of the world.
Yeah.
Drinking, Corona on the strip, and then when I'm in West Virginia in the Appalachian Mountains, I'm drinking moonshine. So all in a matter of 24 hours.
Yes.
So yeah,
love that.
Yeah.
Now this is always the easy, low hanging fruit to pick from, but the Libo stories. Any funny Libo events? You had to have had at least some when you were like in Italy or Spain or
Libo. What do you mean, like
Liberty?
Liberty.
When you get off the ship.
Yeah. You know what? When we would pull into a place like Spain, where you're usually there for about 4 or 5 days. Okay. And but one of those days we'd have to stay on the ship the whole time for watch. Yeah. But the other days it was a free for all. The sailors got off the ship. First thing pretty much everybody did was straight to the bar and get drunk. That's what sailors do. So you can't fault them for that.
No, absolutely.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was like go sightsee, take some pictures, then bang, straight to the bar. So, a lot of boozing in the Navy.
Yeah, well, plus you're also young and, don't know any better. So
Of course. And, that ties into being like, we're in Spain one week and then the next week we're in Portugal. And when when our ship when we'd pull back in, we'd be in port for like months on end. And me and a couple guys from the ship, we'd hop a plane to London. We'd go to Paris, take a train from Rome. Our Navy base was about an hour from Rome.
Really?
So, yeah. So I've been to Rome probably 50 times.
Holy shit.
And, we took a train from Rome to Munich, Germany, went to Oktoberfest, that big beer drinking, carnival that they have there every year. Yeah. So
do you have any activities that are non-alcohol induced? I mean, I know it's military, so probably not.
Well, back then, yeah. I mean, if I wasn't on the ship, working, standing watch, I was, I'd go to the gym, we'd have a, you know, base right there on Jim. But, you know, it was, that was a time where there was just, you know, it was a blur. You know, it was a blur. A lot of boozing.
Yeah.
A lot of boozing. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Fun
time.
What was the funniest incident that Chris Tindell found himself
I don't know
in?
if I can honestly, you know what, I don't know if I can share that, but let me,
well, you can, but I can't guarantee you the repercussions.
Well, let me see here.
No, you are right. I should time that better. I should wait for the alcohol to kick in.
As a matter of fact, the first time when I first got to the ship, there was a guy on the ship that I became good friends with. He took me to, he's all, let's go to Rome for the weekend.
Okay.
And so we ended up going to Rome, and that Friday night we pull into Rome, get our hotel, then we go out to, you know, the bars and the pubs and all that. And my buddy, he's from Michigan. His name's Ryan Lubenow, by the way. So he got so drunk, passed out inside the bar, and I, you know, couldn't get him up because he was, you know, we couldn't get him awake, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him awake. He was so drunk, he wouldn't wake up. And finally, you know, we just kind of left him in the corner until they shut the bar down.
Mm-hmm.
And so here it is, 2:00 in the morning, bar's shutting down. The owner's like, hey, you got to get this guy out of here. And I'm like, well, you know, I've been trying. So finally, kind of me and a couple other guys carried him out. And then we carried him out like a block down, and there was like an alley, like an alley. So sat him down. And, you know, I'm just praying that he wakes up because it's 2:30 in the morning. You know, he's drunk. I'm drunk as hell too. You know, just hoping that he wakes up so we can go pass out in our hotel room, get off the street. So yeah. Turns out I passed out myself. I wake up like at 6:00 in the morning and it's pouring rain out. My buddy's still passed out. So at this point I'm thinking, oh shit, hopefully he's not dead.
Yeah,
so,
when you woke up, did it click immediately what was going on, or how?
I was still drunk, obviously, but it's raining, and then that's when I got my bearings, and I'm like, oh no, this ain't good. And I finally my buddy woke up, you know, fortunately, because I was starting to think, you know, this guy may not ever wake up again.
Oh yeah.
And So got him awake, and, you know, we stumbled back to our hotel room, passed out. But that was my first trip to Rome. My first experience being in Rome, Italy, was having to take care of my drunk friend and shipmate that passed out in the bar.
Yeah.
And passed out in an alley. We passed out together, woke up, and it's pouring rain out. You know, and let me tell you a funny story to continue on that. The same buddy goes out to when I was living out in Las Vegas. He flies out there for a week to see me. He pulled the same thing in Las Vegas that he did in Rome. He got so drunk in a bar, forgot where we were at on the Strip. He passes out in the bar. Forgot the hotel. I think it was where we were at, like MGM Grand, I think, or Excalibur, something. But
yeah.
He gets so drunk, he passes out, and, you know, I can't wake him up. And this is deja vu. So finally got him up and got him out of there, you know, 12 hours later. But
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like Vegas is a worse place to get passed out, hammered out in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah.
Nowhere.
Well, you know, Vegas full of a bunch of shady people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of debauchery in that city.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they call it Sin City for.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Not exactly a place you take to raise your children, but
no. But other than that.
But it is a good place to relocate the Raiders to, which I was a big fan of that move, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot of, mainly all the Oakland people and the Hispanics were not happy when they moved out of Oakland to go to Las Vegas.
Well, you know what? You know, the thing with the Raiders there, they have a, you know, their fans they're true fans. You know, they'll follow them anywhere. So
absolutely,
that's one thing I can say about, you know, the Oakland Raiders fans is they're true diehard fans right there.
No, yeah, they're definitely in that very intense fan bases compared to, like, who are some of the, like Philadelphia, Buffalo,
Right,
the
right.
you know, Los Angeles Lakers to a degree.
Exactly. Boston Celtics.
Boston
someone
Celtics,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like all those franchises, except they haven't really won anything in the last.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Kind of like my team. You know, I'm a Washington Commanders fan.
You're a Commanders guy?
Yep. Formerly the Redskins. I'm a diehard Commanders fan. That's my team.
Can I ask, what was the opinion when they moved? Because I don't know. I'll just be blunt about this. I know nobody that likes the idea of the Redskins being like, nobody agreed with the Redskins idea being offensive per se. Did you like that? What did you think of the move going from Redskins to Commanders?
You know, the owner at the time, Daniel Snyder, he fell victim to all, he fell victim to all that dumb woke bullshit that was going on in the country.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that he fell victim to it because, you know, he said for like the longest time, I'm never changing this name.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you start, you know, this whole stupid woke bullshit that was all over, you know. I think he just, you know, he caved. He caved. It was disappointing, very disappointing. And, but that was where we were at as a country at that time.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I just think of all the names to pick, though, the Commanders. It's
Commanders, pretty dumb, you know.
Yeah.
And being that he caved, he kind of that's what he got, and that's what we got. I wouldn't say me because I wasn't for the name change, but
yeah,
that's what he got, and he eventually got, you know, they threw him out. They got rid of him. So
yeah,
but you know, we'll see.
We don't want to offend the Indians so much that we're going to change their mascot to a mascot of the people who killed the Indians.
Yeah,
That's the way
I know. It's the hypocrisy of this country, though. You know, hypocrites everywhere.
Well, thankfully, we're out of the woke isms, I guess now.
Yeah.
2010s were just a weird, not fun time in a way.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's unbelievable what's going on out there.
Now, I hear this a lot with militaries because anybody who's older than someone in the military community will say, oh, you guys are getting softer. Things are not as tough as they used to be. They're getting pussified, something like that. Now, you being in the Navy early 2000s, would you say would you agree with that? Or, you know, how would you, when you see the Navy now?
Well, I mean, you know, not just the Navy in general, from what I've witnessed is it's, you know, they've gotten real lax, you know, and this is before this administration took back over again. But yeah, you know, it's more of a corporate military. It transitioned to more of a corporate military.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it ain't the military of old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where it ain't the military of old, where you had sailors back out there on the back of the ship, drinking beer, smoking cigarettes while they're underway.
Yeah,
you know,
because that's the Navy. Not to cut you off, but that's the Navy that, like, I imagined from back in the day. It's just a bunch of Popeye kind of like smug looking guys who, you know, got in shootouts with the Japanese, you know, shoveling coal in the bottom, getting in fights and stuff.
You know, now it's they turn kind of woke themselves. You know, the kind of the military in general. They a lot just that stupid woke bullshit kind of kind of crept into the military, unfortunately. So, you know, hopefully they're weeding it out now. So
now, was it because obviously the Navy's always had the stereotype of being the limp wrist, sort of flamboyant type of branch. Yeah.
Well, hey,
we are an ally of the community here at 4 Years a Slave when we need to be. Okay.
Hey, different strokes for different folks. You know, I
yes.
mean, like, hey, you know what? The elites of the elites. I'm going to say Navy SEALs. You know, but you know, to each their own.
Yeah.
You know, to each their own. So.
Was it like that when you were in though? Like, were there? You don't need to confirm or deny anything yourself. You can plead the fifth. But.
No. I mean, like, no, there wasn't. You know, the ship I was on, it was, you know, it was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, pretty hardcore. So let me see here.
Yeah. What was the ship you were on, by the way?
The USS LaSalle.
LaSalle.
Yeah, the 6th Fleet flagship out of Gaeta, Italy.
Is that like a foreign? Like what is that named after?
The LaSalle, an old French.
Oh, okay. LASALLEE.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, now
exactly.
I know.
Yeah. A ship of about 500 sailors. You know, we had females on board. We had an admiral. It was a 6 feet flagship at the time, out of Gaeta, Italy, and it was commissioned in 1962, so it was an older ship, and we rowed it back to Norfolk, Virginia, to decommission it. So
Okay.
I was in the decommissioning ceremony, and after that, they took it off the coast of like Philadelphia and sunk the bastard.
They sunk it?
Yeah. So the thing's sitting at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
Just right off of Philly, just sitting there.
Yep.
What does that look like when they sink? What do they do to it?
They kind of write it. You know, I saw some video. They kind of just it's a couple miles off the coast, and they kind of just they kind of bomb it, and bang, before you know it, it's going under. So it's sitting at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean right now.
So you're telling me they did sneak inside and plant explosives into a federal building or federal ship? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
If I end up suicided, I am telling. Okay, look. If I end up dead tomorrow in a lake, it was probably my fault. But other 10%, definitely the government suicided me for saying that.
There we go.
Would deny, because you went in 2000. Speaking of, you went in 2002. Did 9/11 have an impact on that?
No, not really. Not me personally. You know, I was kind of looking for change for quite some time. And I've always loved to travel. I always loved to travel abroad.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I think the Navy would be a perfect platform to just, 4 years. It's not like I'm going to do 40 years. So, and like I said, when I was sitting there down at boot camp, they asked me, like, where do you want to go? What's your number one place? I said, I want to go to like someplace in Europe, and they said, where at in Europe? I said, Italy. Sure enough, I got Italy. So those are my orders. So
hell yeah,
Italy. It was, like I said, it was my whole. I was an hour from Rome. An hour train ride from Rome. I was a short flight to Paris. So it was a European vacation. From what I call.
Sounds literally like it was.
Yeah.
How was Italy? Just over. I mean, obviously, it sounds like a blast over there. But like, what was the experience?
The experience was. It was a great experience. I mean, it was, they love their food over there. They love their pasta, their wine. They just, they're a different breed of people. Different breed of people.
I've heard the food there's it's not like American food.
It's
where
not.
It
The pizza there, the Italian pizza is different from American pizza. It's not as like filling or anything like that. But, you can't. I mean, the pasta's there, the sandwiches. It was top notch.
Yeah,
it was top notch.
How were the women over in Italy?
Just your typical.
I probably shouldn't ask that if your wife's listening to this show.
No, not at all. No, I don't know if she was able to log on. So.
She might not be listening then.
Yeah.
So we could have had the filter off the entire time then. What am I fooling for?
She knows how to launch the investigation. I'll just leave it at that. But,
okay. Yeah, she's a pretty good spy in a sense.
Yeah. But they take pride in their looks, dressing up. That's a different culture there.
Yeah.
They're always wanting to go out and be seen with the Versace handbag or, Armani, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But, yeah.
Sounds like they are a proper country. At least
yeah.
over there.
Yeah. They like to smoke, though. I mean, it seems like everywhere you turn, they're smoking.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But, cigarettes, I assume?
Yeah. But, yeah.
Well, I've heard American cigarettes are, doesn't surprise me, but I've heard that American cigarettes are way more lethal way more just toxic for you than European tobacco, I guess.
Probably. I wouldn't know. But probably because, Americans, they like to indulge.
Yes.
And
we're very selfish, gluttonous people.
Exactly. That's why, one thing about Italy, you go to Italy, you don't see a lot of obese people.
Yes.
Okay? Matter of fact, you hardly see any because they don't sit there and eat like goddamn 6 slices of pizzas and 4 4 pepperoni rolls in one sitting.
Yeah, they don't go through Church's Chicken before getting ready to do a
Yeah,
live
I know
show.
exactly. So yeah.
I don't give a shout out. Church's Chicken. I never had you guys before today. Very, very good. Very underrated. The best. What would you call it? The crust or the skin?
Yeah.
Very flaky skin.
Yeah.
I love that. Very good.
Well, I still prefer Hooters, but
Okay, that's a good one. The atmosphere is much more appealing.
yeah,
I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But Hooters is really good boneless wings though. They're very, very good at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anybody send a question in, Lester?
Not yet.
Okay. Did anybody even log on to watch?
Now we have 2 people on Instagram and 2 people on YouTube.
Hell yeah! Woo! got a whole fire team of people watching right now. This is nice. So why leave the Navy? You know, it sounds like you had the time of your life.
Oh, I was ready to get out. I made rank fast, but I was ready to get out. I was ready to get out because I was just ready to get out. It was that that's a tough gig. Being on a ship like that. Months and years on end.
No, yeah, it's not easy.
And but I was ready to get out and do my own thing.
So when you did get out, what was because everybody talks about that still, at least in the military world, when you get out, the transition, the struggle stuff.
I adapted quick. People, I think those are more of like people that have been in for 20 years, that have done that as a career, that struggle with the transition of getting out.
Mm-hmm.
But I adapted, went back to school and started pipelining and stuff like that. So yeah.
Did you want to know what you were gonna? Did you have the plan?
No, I just to go back to school. My plan was just go back to college and finish. So
okay,
and still in college, I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have a set plan. I just wanted to get out and do my own thing.
Okay,
so
nice. Now, do you miss it at all when you look back
no,
on it?
you know what? No, I made some good friends while I was in. Still keep in touch with. But no, I don't. No, I don't miss the day in, day out. Because it's real structured.
Yeah.
But I do miss like the places I've been.
Yeah.
That I do miss.
Well, who wouldn't miss Spain, Italy?
Yeah, exactly. Malta, places like that. Exactly. So
I actually I went to there's a I don't know what they call them, but like protein shakes and stuff like that. There's a place here that I go to, and the owner, she was telling me that she went to Malta and very I don't want to say Anglified, but very English speaking, very small hometown kind of country.
Yes.
Is it a nice place?
Malta was my first port and special place, and I'm actually I've talked about taking my wife there at some point down the road, which we're going to do.
Okay.
Malta, you just look at that country where it's located. It's located out in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, okay? Like south of Sicily, north of Tunisia, Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an island out there. Yeah, they do speak English there. Mm-hmm. But just the fact of being out there in that part of the world on an island is just, to me, that's just cool in itself.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but yeah, Malta's a special place. It's a great place. It's a place that I'm going to take my wife here soon.
Sounds nice.
So,
where all did you get to go within Europe?
Spain, Portugal, Slovenia, Malta, Ireland. Croatia, Paris, London, Amsterdam, Denmark, I think over 20 countries in Europe.
Dope.
So, Ukraine, Bulgaria, out in there in the Black Sea. So, I mean, that's the cool thing about being in the Navy. You get to go see those places.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, depending on your job, I think the Navy definitely. I mean, the Marine Corps travels a little bit, but it's not nowhere near the Navy.
Right,
Navy definitely sounds.
Right.
I think Navy, Air Force, maybe the Army.
Yeah.
I think they sound like they all.
Yeah.
Everybody but the Marines, it sounds like. Does all the travel.
The old Marines. But yeah.
Did you ever work with the Marines?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had, when we were underway for a couple months during, in 2003, we had a SEAL command on board, and we also had a Marine command on board
Really?
for those 2 months. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, sure did.
How was the
Interactions and all
Yeah,
that.
'cause
Oh yeah, I mean we all got along. I mean, yeah, I mean we're all down in the weight room, working out together and stuff like that. There was no ego or stupid bullshit like that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
What was I going to ask for that? So what is it? So it's been obviously an ample amount of time since you've left the Navy, moved
Yeah.
on with your life. So what is the ambitions, the day-to-day of Chris Tindell
You
now?
know what? Real estate. I love real estate, and
I think your camera's right there if you want to point it to them.
yep, the old.
Yep, there you go.
There we
Yeah,
go.
it sees.
There we go. Love real estate. Want to start making some commercial investments.
Yes.
And that's the goal, and that's the direction I'm heading. It just takes, stepping up and making it happen. I'm fully prepared to do so.
Absolutely.
It's right around the corner. My first big investment's right around the corner. So
Now, to keep it somewhat military focused, did you ever use your VA loan or?
yeah, I did. I used that when I was living out in Las Vegas.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm getting hot as hell in this thing. I'm sorry. I got to take this off. This is my signature prop, and now I have to ditch it because I want to feel more comfortable.
like to say hi to my wife. I love my wonderful, lovely wife.
Hey,
Bunny,
Jennifer.
Bunny, can you see me?
I don't know if she'll be able to say anything.
Okay. Well, I got the phone right here.
Oh, she's saying
Yeah,
that she's
yeah.
able to watch it.
Bunny, are you still on? And can you see me? Give me a thumbs up. Oh no. Oh no.
If you're live streaming this, send in a question. Make fun of my
Yes.
ears. Something, please.
Bunny, send in a question. Send in a question.
I just want to know who's watching. I'm really curious to. Can you see the usernames, Lester, of who's watching?
No, not the user's name.
You know what? Let me check the IG one so I can. Because if it's anybody I know, I can roast them live on the air.
Okay.
Have an edge
Okay.
to eternity.
Bunny, send in a question.
Phil, Arthur, Davis. Why'd you leave, Davis? Okay.
Oh.
My former corpsman, Doc Johnson, said, "I bet he didn't touch as many buttholes as me." Doc, that's funny.
Oh, Doc, dirty Doc. The Doc is in.
Did you ever work with the corpsman much?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
'Cause
Yep.
Marines, that's the only, our medical. We don't have a medical anything in the
Yeah,
Marines.
yeah.
So we just get all the corpsmen to help us with
Yeah.
our stuff.
Yeah.
And they're
exactly.
really tight with us.
Yep. 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 Let me see here.
Have real estate passions when you were in the Navy, or when did that develop?
No, not until I got to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Living out in Las Vegas and seeing all the nice homes out there, all the palm trees in the front yard, the backyard,
Was that
the
what
swimming
registered?
pools. Yes, that's when it kicked in. That's when I knew, like, man, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice.
Yeah.
So, my wife and I, we've got a deep passion for real estate, interior design, just everything about real estate.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're my wife. She, it's fun. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, making money is always. It's
Absolutely.
hard not to be happy when you're
that is
when
true.
you're making money.
That is true.
Was why am I blanking out on what it was going to be? Yeah. Do you have any advice to people for using their VA loan or anything like that?
You know what? Just take a step back and just write down some things that you see yourself doing. That enjoying as a job. Before you just start taking classes somewhere. Brainstorm some ideas, write them down, talk to counselors, professionals. And find out, hey, because that money, it lasts for a couple years, but you want to put it to good use.
Yeah.
You want to make sure what you're going to school for, that it's going to carry over for 20 years, that you enjoy doing it.
Oh, I meant the VA loan, but no.
The VA loan. No.
Yeah, I mean, well, GI Bill. That's always a good. That's
Yeah.
those
The
are very
VA
good.
home loan. Yeah. You know what? The VA home loan. That's a great. That's a great benefit. It's a great benefit. It's a no money down home loan. You get a lower interest rate opposed to other like conventional loans and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
So just just be grateful and use it wisely.
Yeah. Thanks for
So-
hooking me up with that too, by the way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Speaking of, how do you enjoy? Because I mean, a lot of people, if they want to get out or do some other adventures, you're a realtor now, and you sounds like you've done blue collar work, you've done white collar, you've done not now a realtor now, but how do you enjoy being a realtor? What would
the thing about being that is your own boss. You're not tied down to a corporate the corporate structure.
Yeah.
You're your own boss. You set your time and you work from home. It's a beautiful living, beautiful way of life. And and this is why that I want to aggressively pursue the multifamily commercial investing industry, because the payoffs.
Yeah.
Me and my wife have talked. We want to be able to sit home and here down the road when we're in Floribama, letting our money work for us, opposed to
best state in the country.
Yep. Show. Yep, there we go. The
which
Sunshine
camera we
State.
looking at? Yes, sir.
The old Sunshine State right there.
State 27. I believe it was 27. But
Okay.
irrelevant.
Old Florida. So, but I mean it's.
Now we're switching into the serious mode now.
Yeah. If you enjoy it and you're successful at it, then I mean that's what it's all about. Regardless if you're a realtor or if you're an engineer or a janitor, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just love real estate, and I'm looking very forward to this next chapter.
Absolutely.
So,
what do you think of the song? Is it the Village People who made it? The In the Navy. Oh yeah, you picked that up as soon as I said it.
yeah. I've probably heard that 10,000 times.
Really?
Yeah. In the Navy. Yeah, in the Navy. So,
In the Navy.
don't.
We need a soundboard. Just
Don't ask me to get up and dance or anything like that. That's probably not going to happen.
hey, TikTok dances are very popular now.
Well, it's probably not going to happen with me.
Love
My
that.
wifey. I love my wife.
Did she manage to start getting on?
She
or no?
did, yeah.
She
yeah,
did?
yeah. She's watching.
Okay,
She's
dope.
watching. Say hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer, roast your husband. You have a chance to do it right now.
No. Oh no. I'm going to hear it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the whole world can. This is the if he did anything wrong, please. If he forgot an anniversary, said your sister's beautiful than you,
Oh, no way.
I'm telling you,
Oh no.
unleash the beast.
Oh no.
I know you wouldn't do that though. You're too sweet.
I love my wife. She's the best wife in the world.
When did you guys meet, by the way?
Met her when I got out of the Navy. Let me tell you the story.
Really?
So I went
Please.
back to school, walked in. It was a math class. My very first day of class, walked into class, got there a little early. There was one other person in the classroom, and it was my wife.
Okay.
She was sitting down in her seat. So what did I do? I walked straight to her and sit in the seat right next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to her.
Yeah.
And ever since then, got to know her because she was my study partner throughout the, homework partner, because, I sat right next to her.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we just developed a real friendship. And before you know it, we're dating. Here we are, married.
Love that.
And best wife on the planet.
Yeah.
Best wife on the planet, wifey.
What are you saying, Lester?
Jennifer says he's doing great.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How sweet.
Yeah, I mean, she's the best. She really is. I
How-
love my wife.
Now, for all the gentlemen who just watching in general, not even a military related question, but for how do they not impress? What's the word? Improve, develop the rizzing skills. Sounds like you
Develop the what?
the riz. You ever heard that word?
No.
Like your pickup game, being able to talk, serenade the girls, stuff
Oh,
like
you know what? I mean, I'm probably the wrong person to ask. So maybe ask Lester over here, but I don't know. But yeah, that's.
that. Lester might have advice on that. He does speak Spanish, so I will say that knowing a romantic language definitely helps.
Yeah, other than that, I'm grateful. The commercial real estate's about to take off.
Yeah.
And, I got my wife, she's supporting us in this venture. So she's a part of it. And you know, she's looking forward to getting to Florida herself. Florida.
It's a great place to be.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So
I know so many of my buddies when they got out. A lot of them were from. Some of them were from Florida, but some of them were also from Tennessee, North Carolina. They all just moved down there when they got out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that region is so hot.
It is
so hot to move down there.
A lot of tech companies moving in there.
Are they?
Yeah, that's what I read a while back. Yeah, it's like a little tech boom down there. You know, in that Gulf area down there. But I enjoyed it. I mean, we drove all the way to New Orleans there off I-10, Biloxi, but you got so much to do down there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can fly out of Pensacola, you can fly down to Tampa, Atlanta. You can you can be at Disney World in a couple hours. So
yeah,
I mean, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to that next chapter.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
When did you go to Florida, Bam? I forgot.
Back in June. Back in June. Yeah. Yep. My mom moved down there. And me and my wife flew down there for a week, and I enjoyed it. You know, got the ocean right there. You got the green grass everywhere, trees. Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. So.
Hey, Lester, how long have we been on the air for? I'm trying to keep
40 minutes.
40 minutes? Okay. We still got plenty of time. We're still doing it right. I'd like to think I didn't run out of material yet, but I might have hit that pretty bad. You want to, your other cover that you have.
Oh, yeah.
Was that just the normal Garrison?
No, this right here, this was when I got sent to Bahrain. I spent a couple months in Bahrain.
Okay.
And this was like the desert camouflage that we had to wear.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And, Bahrain, it was 129 degrees there, and they wouldn't even let you walk from the base to your, walk outside because it was so hot.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, you got to take, they take buses home and cabs like that, air conditioning.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Was it well, I say this rhetorically because a lot of my listeners, like, they went to Bahrain and they didn't, it's just kind of dull when you're out there.
Well, I mean, it was. It was real. It was a developing country when I was there. So a lot of construction going up, but I was only there for 2 months. So, there wasn't, it wasn't like Dubai or anything like that.
Did you ever go to Dubai?
I have.
I fucking love that place.
My wife and we've been on top of the Burj Khalifa, which is the world's tallest building.
Okay.
Yep. I love Dubai. We're going to go back down the road.
I know you had to have heard it just from, like, the politics of the era and stuff, but I want to emphasize this. I love Dubai so much.
Yeah.
You know how people are talking about AIPAC and Israel, like, buying out politicians and stuff? I will gladly sell my soul to the UAE if they send me back to Dubai for anything. I love that city so much.
Oh, yeah.
Please send me a $10,000 check. I will endorse whatever Prince Emirati thing that you need for me.
Well, Cody, the thing about Dubai, everything is so... it's unbelievable how, like, ultra, it was just so clean.
Yeah.
It was like, you're at the mall there, and there's this huge aquarium there, and you got sharks swimming by.
Yeah.
It's like, what'd you do today? I went to the mall, and some sharks came by. It's crazy. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so, because people forget that it's an international hub. It's like a New York City, a Munich, a London type of thing.
Yes.
So when I went there, I thought it was just going to be a very Islamicist, kind of
like a lot of people there, because that's exactly.
Yeah, something like Iran or something where you just see people in burqas, a lot of churches, and and you see the Muslim influence obviously because it's a Muslim country. But then you go there and, like, your drivers are from India, the security guards are Russian. You're walking around and there's people from Australia, the UK, Japan, and it's just ultra modernized.
Yes,
so
I know. Ultra modern was an understatement. You see all those buildings. You see how clean everything is. Mm-hmm. Like the freeway system there. It was just And you know what? When me and my wife were there, it was several years ago. All the construction that was going up, and we talked at the time. We're talking about, we're going to come back here in 10 years down the road. So, and that was several years ago. So we're going to go back here in a couple of years and just be more amazed.
I wonder how the real estate, because I've heard a lot of how that city's still developing. So it's not quite a
Yeah.
It's not like in LA,
Well,
where it's expensive.
Exactly. When we were there, what we had just half of the buildings were still under construction.
Yeah.
And that was that was amazing. Just all the construction that was going up, and it was just mind-boggling.
I hope they allow foreigners to buy real estate over there.
Yeah, I know, because that's you never know. In 10 years, we could be there.
If I'm in 10 years, or if I'm, the Civil War pops off, or if I'm wanted for a war crime, anything, I will gladly.
Gone. Tell Jennifer she's coming. Buddy,
I think
you're
she
coming.
can hear.
You're coming.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll have to wear a hijab or whatever in that country, but it's worth the sacrifice.
Nah.
Wassalamu alaikum. Hey, I'll learn Arabic.
Yeah. Cody, other than that, this, we're going to go out and snatch up a commercial deal here soon.
Absolutely.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, people forget about that. We've partnered to do real estate deals, so that's that's definitely in the future.
Tindell Real Estate LLC just formed it last month, and you expect to see some billboards up and about around town at some point down the road.
Absolutely.
So, see our happy faces on some billboards. So.
Yeah, please. And if you want a house or in New Mexico, want to buy property in New Mexico or anywhere that Chris Tindell is licensed, please give him your money. Buy from him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll make it happen for you.
I was going to ask, is there anything that you wanted to promote before we wrap up or anything like
that?
No.
I'm just, glad to be here. And like I said, anybody in the real estate market, reach out to me. Try and travel the world. It's just not. It's more than a vacation. It's it's just you get a healthy perspective of what's out there. A lot of people that I know, family, friends, they've never been out of the state of New Mexico, and a lot of people are really not even interested, and it's kind of. To me, I've never understood that. So
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. New Mexico, and I suppose if you're biased to your home state or town, they all have their perks. But
I understand
you don't want to leave New
that.
Mexico.
Yeah, I understand that. But take 5 days and go to Florida or go to Canada or go somewhere. Because traveling, it'll open your eyes up. And,
yes.
Yeah.
It's. So. I think one of the coolest things that someone said about travel, it might have been Mark Manson, the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah.
The way that he put it is the cool thing about traveling is when you go, especially a new country, is it opens your eyes to how a society or a country can run completely opposite to what you know, and no one's killing each other.
Exactly.
It just functions.
Exactly.
Yeah, so go to Florida, go to Canada, go to Gaza, go anywhere. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Yep.
Gaza's going to, well, I've heard, because Trump apparently wants, that might be a good real estate opportunity for all of us, because Trump wants to rebuild Gaza and build a tower there, supposedly.
And you know what? Tower.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We're there in December. Trump Tower.
Which one? Or is there only one?
The Trump Tower there in Manhattan.
Manhattan, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's got hotels in other cities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's was his home, and his headquarters was Trump Tower.
Okay.
So.
I assume it had to have been immaculate.
We didn't walk in there. We just took pictures I mean, everything he does is first class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you ever read his Art of the Deal?
Not yet. Not yet. And I haven't watched Wolf of Wall Street yet.
You have not watched that yet.
Bunny, how about we watch it tonight?
Yeah.
Yep. I've been telling my wife for 10 years. Well, yep.
Yeah, Jonah Hill. I mean, the whole cast the movie was perfectly cast, but Jonah Hill fucking made that movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, made it, but I'm just impressed about how funny Jonah Hill was.
Yeah, that's what I hear. So
the sides did cure cancer. That's the problem. That's why all the food was so expensive.
Yeah.
So, Chris, usually I end off. Well, not usually always, I end off with to the active personnel, even reserve, anybody who's still in that's listening. Any advice at all, military, outside world, anything, did you have to give them?
Follow your passion. Take some time to yourself. Write down things that you see yourself doing, what you want to do for the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life. And, as far as making a living, and if you do something that, that is fun, pursue it, 110% each day. Don't give up on it. So, and travel, get out and travel. Get out and travel, even if it's, the next state. Just get out and travel, eat right, take care of yourself, go to church, just be good people, just be good people, be good to your family. Life is short and precious, and, it doesn't, it moves faster each and every day. So.
Love that.
Yep.
Very poetic. So we'll wrap it up there, Chris. We'll
Cody.
be talking a little more after.
Hey, thank